So I'm noticing this trend where whenever I ask you guys for questions on my Instagram stories, like 75% of the questions I get are about Instagram and blogging and tips and tricks and all that sort of thing. So I was going to do a get to know me IGTV today, but as usual, you guys asked all about Instagram and I love talking about it too, so let's do that instead. I do have 2 other IGTVs that I already made with blogging and Instagram Q&A, so if you missed those, you can check them out. But today I wanted to talk about 3 tips. They're kind of like secret tricks of the trade in a sense for Instagram that I've just learned over the years and have been practicing, and I realized that you might find them helpful, so let's get to it. So the first thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of a no-brainer, is the importance of engagement. But I have a little kind of method that I do that really seems to work. I don't know if this is like an official thing, but I found that I think it helps with the algorithm and bringing my posts to people's feeds and news feeds more often. So here's what I do. Every time I make an Instagram post, I sit on Instagram and engage with other accounts for at least 30 minutes. So not only am I answering the comments on my own post, but I'm going into other people's posts, I'm commenting, I'm liking, I go into hashtags, I like a lot of photos. And like I said, I find that typically gets my post more seen. And I also make it a point to frequently be commenting and engaging on a lot of the same other accounts. So I have built kind of like a community of friends here on Instagram, so it's definitely natural and organic that when I'm on Instagram, I'm going specifically to their feeds, I'm commenting on all of their new posts and everything like that. And what's really cool about that is building that community, it goes both ways. So, you know, you build these friendships, and then every time I make a post, they're commenting on mine, and it's just a really good way to support one another while also, I don't know, kind of helping each other beat the algorithm. My next kind of secret tip is all about writing captions. So I don't know if you've noticed, but captions have gotten a lot more popular lately. It used to be like just about the photo and people would write like maybe, 5 to 10 words. But now, especially in kind of like the wellness community, captions are where it's at. People are basically doing like Insta blogs in their captions. I love that. I love reading long captions. I'm a writer at heart, so it's always been really fun for me. But something that I found that I think really, really helps connect with your followers is to write as if you were talking. So that makes it a lot more kind of conversational. And so I even, as I'm writing my captions, a lot of times I will say them out loud. So it sounds like I'm talking to a friend as opposed to just writing an Instagram caption. Also on that note, something that really helps is a lot of times, not all the time, but if I'm at my computer, I will actually type out the caption on my computer and send it to myself, because I feel like typing is a little bit easier to be more natural than typing on your phone, which is a little bit more tedious. So yeah, as far as captions, those would be my top tips. Last but not least, give the people what they want. So when Instagram Insights came out, there were so many great benefits to it, seeing your demographic and your following growth and all that sort of thing. But something that I tap into all the time is I go into my previous posts and I see what has performed best. And it's really easy to go in and see what has gotten the top engagement, likes, all of that over the course of a week, a year, whatever. And so I'm frequently going in and look, I think it's definitely valuable and fun and good to experiment with creating new content to share with your followers. I definitely think there's a time and a place for that, because I do that as well. But I think it's also important to know what's working for you and keep doing that. So if photos of, and it varies depending on your account. So like I know for me, like photos of pasta or anything with peanut butter, or I just know what's going to perform well, and thankfully I love making those things anyway. But with that knowledge, I continue to create content around things that I know will perform well and that are going to, maybe get me on the explore page or help me grow my following. And so just always be paying attention to what's working for you and continue to build your content around that. I hope you guys found these tips helpful. I love talking about this stuff, so feel free to always send me some questions and maybe I'll make another one soon. Bye.